touch me. And I see tears in your eyes because what do you feel in this?
Because, like, his dad wasn't in his life. So he should know that how I would feel, how his mom felt. Break the cycle.
Now we know this is your biological daughter.
Yes, ma'am. That's
You
what
can't keep going on the way you're going. This little girl is going to grow up with all of this negative energy surrounding her and fighting and arguing back and forth, and she doesn't deserve that. I want you all to start talking about and figuring out how you do this together.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Whoa! Avalanche! Let's just add guac to the shopping list.
The one and only Botox Cosmetic, FDA approved for over 20 years. Book a consultation at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Confidence is not a mindset, it's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X, get 5.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra heavy-duty models.
On Roku, every journey starts right here. Go Roku home screen. Every streamer shows up here before they can hop into an app, which means you can reach them before they even decide where they're going. Reach streamers where TV happens.
Ms. Greenhouse, you summoned Mr. Thompson to court for a DNA test for your 7-month-old son, G.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim he has neglected his responsibilities as a father since you called off the wedding last month.
Yes, Your Honor.
Additionally, you were also suing Mr. Thompson for $750, the amount of the down payment you put on a vehicle for him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Thompson, you claim Ms. Greenhouse confessed to having sexual intercourse with another man 1 week before you reconnected from a break.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say it's impossible that you are her child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, your mother, Susan Thompson, is here as well and also questions the paternity of this child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Greenhouse, first to you. You were going to marry him and then now he's denying your son.
Yes, Your
Explain.
Well, I was going to marry Gregory. We were dating for 11 years off and on. I have a 4-year-old son by Gregory, and I also have a 7-month-old by Gregory. I called off the wedding because he's insecure and he's disrespectful, and I don't want to marry someone like that.
After 11 years, you just figured that out?
No, it's like, no, we were together for 11 years off and on, but I have my 4-year-old son, right? I went off to college. Right after I had my 4-year-old son, I got pregnant. We tried to make it work there. In between the 4 years after my son was born, we tried off and on, and it still hadn't worked out, and I just finally got tired of it. Every time I turn around, it's you messing with this person, you're sleeping with this person, but Greg dropped me off at work everywhere I go. He has my phone, he dropped me off and picked me up, so where's the time to cheat on you at?
11 years you've invested, and now you feel like G is not your child?
Out of 11 years, 8 of them, I was the one trying to keep this together when it's always fell apart.
How? You're always accusing me of sleeping with somebody.
Her family and all the rest.
You're not in a relationship with my family, you're in a relationship with me.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
But why do they always come up?
So how do your mama, this one and the other sister, how everybody think they got more authority on me and mom?
How? I separated from everybody.
Explain to me what's going on here. I'm not understanding. You're saying her family caused the trip as well?
When we made G, we wasn't even together. I was going over there afterwards. When
Hold on, Mr. Thompson. So you're saying when you made G, meaning you are G's father, you believe, or you?
At the time we conceived him, or supposedly conceived him, she was still having sex with multiple partners.
That's a lie. Ask me who that is. It was never multiple partners.
It's not a
Never
lie.
come at me like that. You asked me
It's
who
not a lie. What I do? What I do?
Did we have sex?
My bad, bro. What I do? I went to your phone. I went to your Facebook. Every day on 2 weeks.
She testified 2 weeks before, and you're questioning that time frame. If so, how?
Like I said, around that time, we wasn't together. We was seeing each other a little cordially here and there, but not really.
But when
I guess if maybe it was around, I don't remember exactly the time it was around, but when I came and everything happened, even with leading up to that time, I had already confronted her and she admitted out her own mouth, out of the pictures, the texts, the phones, the messages, everything got presented to you. Everything I showed you.
We were a family.
Everything, we wasn't a family. Everything I showed her, she told me to get into her own.
Together. I cut out everybody to be in a relationship with you, so how's it a problem?
Ma'am,
That's a lie.
Ma'am, the question
Okay,
to him.
Mr. Thompson, you said you were the one trying to hold this family together. For 8 years, you said.
8 out of the 11. Every time I brought this back together. And she used to say it then, you only with me, or you only trying to keep this together because of SJ, which is my first boy. And
That's a lie.
that,
That's a lie.
man, look here, like I said,
We was only together because of SJ?
this is what you told me multiple times. You don't really want to be with me, Greg. You're only with me because of SJ.
I told you that.
And to a major extent, yes, because of my son, the all-American way, your mom and your original mom and daddy and raising your kids together. If it don't work, it don't work. But I tried my longest and my hardest.
Why do you go back to him over and over again?
Because Your Honor, I love Greg. I've been with Greg for 11 years. Greg was my first actual boyfriend. I planned on having a wedding with this man. I have 2 kids by this man. I planned on living my life with this man. When Greg talking about my family, when I was pregnant with my son, me and my family had an altercation and fell off. I didn't talk to my family for months at a time. When I moved out of my sister's house and moved to our own apartment, I didn't have no communication with my family. They shouldn't be brought up in this.
These are the main
All right.
points who helped you draw your relationship to the ground.
What do they got to do with it? You keep living in the past.
I'm not living in
You are.
I'm moving on, baby. I'm trying to figure out the baby. G is fine.
Greg, and so you say her family has interfered. How?
When we in the dirt and we struggling, we come up on a little here and there. She giving money to her mom and everybody else.
But when we in the dirt,
we
my mom
don't
give me
have
money. My
it. We
sister
don't
give me
have
money.
it. We don't have it.
But then you give your mama money, your sister brother money.
I'm here about the baby, man.
Yeah,
Yes, Ms. Thompson.
Greg doesn't give me money. If anything, when they fall on hard times, I help y'all with rent.
You have never
I
called
have
Greg
y'all
and
like-
asked for $20 into another that'll hold you over.
Nope.
Never.
You know what, Christy?
Okay.
If I have, I've given him millions, I should have.
Okay, and what's the problem with me getting my family?
I should
What's
have.
the problem with me getting my
I'm
family?
addressing your family. What I am telling you, and what I'm telling you where you from, is
When I
when
do
it's
it,
all
you know,
said and done, I help them as much as I can. With rent, you know it, lights, car payments, whatever they need, whatever I can do to keep them a family together, I will do. I'm not up in all that. That's all about the kids. It ain't even about all this riffraff. Get to the babies.
All right.
Get to the babies.
So this doubt that you have comes from the 2-week before incident. You think this 2-week relationship was something that continued?
Around that time, like I said, she was talking to multiple guys. And she's admitted. And then, like I said, from jump, not
Before we had this, like I told you, I had
No.
research with somebody.
Give me one time.
fan,
2 weeks.
it was a wrap.
No, 2 weeks.
Wait a minute, when you said when everything hit the fan, it was a wrap.
When we start breaking up or problems start building and piling up, it wasn't much that we could do because I already got my doubts.
What I'm trying to understand is, if she admits to you that while we were off, I slept with someone, and then you decide to get back together.
Yeah.
You know this, right? This is not a surprise to you that she was with this other person, but you're saying that's what makes you have doubt about G's paternity.
Just everything around that time. And
Because around that time,
Exactly.
he was sleeping with someone else.
But
multiple.
if you had doubt, you should have brought that not 7 months later when my son is 7 months old. Don't bring doubt 7 months later.
This-
You signed his birth
this is not-
certificate.
this is-
Matter of fact, Your Honor, when he's in the hospital, Greg asked me about his, can I approach that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, well, can I go show you this? When I was giving birth to my son in the hospital, Greg came to me and said, what name do you want? Do you want G-E-E, G-I-E, or G-E-I? And I said G-E-I, and that's my son's name. My son is G. Raheem Thompson.
Everything is extra with you.
It's
I
mine.
knew
It's
neither
mine.
one of them at the top. I
Okay,
told
you didn't do that at the hospital on the
That's the way
whiteboard.
everybody else
At the
does
hospital
stuff.
with me and you didn't do that on the whiteboard.
Like I said,
On the whiteboard, you do
when
that.
it came out, she know I said something about it. He
Well,
looked,
when at the hospital when I gave birth to my son.
my first boy.
Okay.
Yeah, she know this. This is not the first time it came up when she contacted me.
He said that was the
I said something in the hospital.
Mr. Thompson,
When we was living
did
together.
you help choose the name?
I did. Yeah, I chose
And,
that.
and you were at the hospital when G was born?
I've been with her the
It's
whole
just
time
me
she
and
was
him.
pregnant.
And you signed the birth
Yes.
certificate?
I've been with her the whole time that she was
Before we
pregnant.
signed
Even
birth
though
certificate,
before
I
it was
asked
my
him if he
first
wanted
boy.
DNA test. He told me no.
You're saying you did, in fact, help choose the name.
I did the whole.
Ms. Greenhouse has suggested she asked you about a DNA test, and you declined.
I said something about it. She said they said they're not gonna do that
That's
here.
a lie.
That's what she told me.
They don't do DNA tests at a hospital.
So, Ms. Greenhouse, you said you have a witness that can testify that in fact he did deny wanting a DNA
Yes,
test.
Your Honor.
Please stand, ma'am. Step up to the podium.
Hi, my name is Shantae Gomes. I'm Kristen Greenhouse's youngest sister. I'm only here because I was there during the time that Christy and Greg rekindled their relationship.
You're saying you were there and you overheard something as it related to Mr. Thompson not wanting to have a DNA test?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you hear?
When it came up to them going to the hospital to have G, Christy was talking to Greg or whatever. She was like, hey, make sure, right before they brought in the paperwork, they had the off-data stuff. She was like, are you sure you want to do that? We can get a DNA test. Greg said, man, shut up. Like, he was excited. He was like, man, shut up. For what? That's exactly what he said.
And you heard that.
I was on the phone with her.
All right, thank you so much for your testimony. You may be seated. Mr. Thompson, what other doubt do you have?
When I got my 4-year-old son back not too long ago, he going out of nowhere, y'all didn't tell me, but that ain't my daddy.
But you got a whole girlfriend, so what?
But that ain't my daddy. I said, what you talking about? I said, well, your mom boyfriend? He said, yeah.
What you mean is you felt like he was saying it's G's daddy, but it's not my daddy.
That might be G daddy, but you my daddy. That's what he telling me. So I called her, I just summed it up. You shut up. I said,
Mr. Thompson, let's be respectful to ladies.
Nah, see, that's his problem. He's disrespectful.
Ma'am, I'm gonna escort you out of the courtroom if you open your mouth one more time before you're addressed. You understand me?
Yeah.
Thank you. You stay there and please be quiet.
So since G has been born, what has Mr. Thompson done for your son?
When we were together, financially together, we put our money together, buy diapers and wipes, but as far as clothes or anything, Greg hasn't bought G anything.
we're not together, because when we're not together, she got this high power, wanna sit on the high horse and think she gonna run me or make me do something.
A baby needs
Just
diapers, a baby needs diapers.
just
He don't
like
move on
there's
your
no
time.
way-
He don't move on your time.
I do the world.
Okay,
I
you
give
know.
the world. It ain't on that anybody here that did it for her kids, did it for her sister, son. Don't lie. Don't sit here lying.
All right.
Cause I done fed you.
All right.
She just fed you.
She ain't fed me.
All right.
I said all y'all.
Ladies. Miss Thompson, I'd like to hear your testimony, but can we just talk one at a time?
Get clean car happy and give your car a sparkling shine with the Tidal Wave experience. When you drive up, you'll be greeted by a smiling team member who will help you choose your wash and direct you to the prepping station. After the front and back of your car has been prepped, an attendant will guide you into the wash, remind you to put your car in neutral and turn off your wipers. Then you sit back and enjoy the multicolored foam and light show while your car receives the complete spa treatment. After the wash, take advantage of our free powerful vacuums, cleaning cloths, and glass and surface cleaner for the perfect finishing touch. Catch the happy wave at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. You and your car will be glad you did.
Why does this doubt exist? Did your son speak to you? Do you have a doubt of your own?
G does look exactly like Chrissy. He does.
And it's just.
This boy has an extra large head. His daddy do, his brothers do. He don't have it. And that might sound a little crazy, a little harsh, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just being honest. And far as him not taking care of his child, Greg is a darn good dad. He really, be quiet. He really is. He really is, John. And she's a good mother, don't get me wrong. But when they get into this little squabble, he's yours, he ain't yours, I don't have time for all that. I'm morely concerned about the child.
All right. Ms. Greenhouse, you have a suit. You're asking the court to award you $750 because you say you made a down payment on a car for Mr. Thompson. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you bring any receipts
Yes, Your Honor.
that would validate that claim?
Yes.
Let me see that, please. So this is a receipt for a deposit on a Chevy Impala 2008 for $750.
Yes, ma'am.
You're saying you put this down payment down on a car for
No, not for Greg, for our family at the time.
you believe there was an agreement that he would pay you back.
Yes, because
Do you have evidence of that agreement that he would pay you back?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Thompson, did you agree that you were gonna pay her back the
She never
$750?
paid me no, she never gave me 750. She didn't go in there and do it, I did it.
You're saying you paid the $750?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're saying you paid the
I paid it with
$750?
my income tax return, yes, ma'am.
Without any proof as to where that money came from, I can't award you $750 because there's no proof. You said, you testified just a moment ago that the car wasn't for him, the car was for your family. For that reason, I have to deny your claim judgment for the defendant, all right? Let's move forward. So regardless of what the results are today, you all still have to figure out a way to interact and get along respectfully.
Your Honor, I really wish I could. My 4-year-old boy, I keep him and I do the world for him.
But I called you talking about something, you disrespectful.
She gotta shut up. When I call, start talking to my son, it's a problem.
Thompson, the way you're speaking to women is disturbing me. All of this is disturbing. You have a mother, a strong mother. You would never want anyone to tell her to shut
You
up.
talk to her like that.
Well,
You do.
I talk to you
You
like
do.
that.
Yes.
We ain't here for me.
Okay, right.
I can take care
That's
of
the truth,
me.
right.
Trust me.
That's fine.
Trust
So
me.
they gotta
You
take
know
care of
that.
mine.
You know that.
And you have to take care of mine.
You know it too. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
When can I speak, Your Honor, please?
You already had your chance.
Shouldn't have been here speaking at all.
these poor children. They
Exactly.
how can you go out like this?
Exactly.
You all are 0 to 1 million. I mean, just popping off. Would you like the results?
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
Yes. Shut him up. Shut him up.
In the case of Greenhouse versus Thompson, when it comes to 7-month-old G. Thompson, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Thompson, you are the father. You are the father.
I feel more relief
For what you
than
do
having
jump.
I did.
You didn't jump.
You know I had Down syndrome.
Everybody
She has me
entitled to
upset.
their beliefs of doubt, but my whole thing is like, don't doubt my son when I break up with you because you're disrespectful.
I told you this when we was together.
No, you did not. You
told you
didn't. You didn't start
He
that.
had my head.
My
He
son
had
is
my way.
That's
You
it.
wait,
Please,
my
sir.
first son.
Sir.
Kids don't always look the same.
Is
Kids
there some
don't.
order?
And this is what I
Let's
deal
get
with.
some order.
Be quiet.
You can't do this. You all said you've been together for almost 11 years on and off.
Pain.
Now you've made 2 children and brought 2 children into this world. It's like they're in a horror movie. This is a nightmare for a child. For whatever y'all don't like about one another, you keep ending up in the bed together making babies. So you can open your legs but not shut your mouth. I'm angry here today for these children. Mr. Allen, you say Ms. Diaz has been desperately trying to pin her son on you for the last 1.5 years, and you want it to stop. You say that barring the invention of a teleportation machine, it would have been impossible for you to have fathered her child, Jordan. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Diaz, you say Mr. Allen is a delusional man-child with a fuzzy memory who refuses to accept responsibility for his own son. You say Mr. Allen is your child's father, and you intend to prove paternity today. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Allen, why is it impossible for you to have fathered Jordan?
Well, I wasn't even in the same state as her at that time. I was in Tennessee and she was in Indiana. And at that time, she was in a relationship with another guy and I was in a relationship with another female. So at that time, we weren't even in the same state. So it really doesn't add up. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to know that that does not add up.
He said he wasn't in the same state, Ms. Diaz.
That's a lie. We had Easter together at my house. That's a lie.
And you believe that's the window of time when you conceived?
Yeah, that's what the doctor said. A week before or a week after Easter, and Easter's in April.
No.
You do the math.
Yeah, now open the pool.
So you don't remember this Easter day?
No, because, well, you see, at the time, I was with another female, and her friend wanted us to go and have Easter dinner with her and her family. This was in Tennessee.
So you saying you remember the plan you had in Tennessee for Easter?
Yes, ma'am.
So people asked you to come over, then you said, "Nah, I'm not gonna go," but you know you were in Tennessee.
Right, yes, ma'am.
So what was the nature of your relationship?
Our relationship's always been rocky. We first started dating in 2016 in Evansville, and she was originally just supposed to be a hookup, but we ended up talking and we ended up hitting it off, and she moved in with me not too soon after talking and being together. We were good for the first maybe 3 or 4 months of our relationship, and then after that it was always fighting and bickering. It was a whole lot of back and forth.
So a lot of back and forth, a lot of on and off.
Yes, ma'am. We moved to Tennessee, and that's whenever it got worse. So it wasn't really a good relationship.
So at some point you break up. When did the breakup happen? When did you decide it was over?
Over, it was May of 2017. And by then, I was pregnant. I did not know about it. I found out I was pregnant September. I'd be about 4 months.
When you confided in him and you told him, "I'm pregnant," what was his response?
That's not mine, that can't be, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, well, I didn't just make him myself. If you do that, 4 months later, if you do the math, if you're good at math, it leads to April. We were together April, which is Easter.
And so, Mr. Allen, how is it you said this wasn't your child? Why did you think it wasn't your child?
Let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
She said the conception date was around Easter. Well, a month before Easter was the last time that we had done anything. And I told her, I'm not gonna fight, I'm not gonna argue with you, pack your stuff and leave. Get out, I'm not doing this again. Well, I had all my ducks in a row, I was doing good, had a good paying job. And she texted me out of nowhere, and she's like, "Hey, I'm pregnant." And my response to her was, "Good for you, congratulations, what does that have to do with me?" And she goes, "Well, you're the father." And I was like, "No, I'm not, what makes me the father? Prove it." And so she started sending me.
So wait, this was during a time when you were broken up.
Right.
You were living in another state again.
Yes, ma'am.
You felt so far removed from this relationship, you responded to her, "Congrats to you."
Right.
So, Miss Diaz, during this time, were you dating anybody else?
Not really. It was...
Not really?
No, I was going to school, and it would happen maybe once or twice, but it wasn't like I would do something with somebody like consecutively. It was a one-time thing if I did.
Was one-time thing, meaning sex, a one-time thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's all it takes.
I know, but...
How many people did you sleep with during the breakup?
One time, but during the breakup, I was already pregnant with Jordan.
She was sleeping with 2 other guys at the time, Ryan.
How did you find that out?
Right, my friends don't talk to me.
Multiple best friends of hers told me that she was with at least 2 guys, and that's the 2 that I know of. And she texted me actually herself about this one guy she was hooking up with. And,
What did she say?
She would say, "Well, I'm with another guy now, you don't have to keep texting me and making sure that I'm okay." And, so from that point on, I was like, all right, well, whatever. But, like I said, I would still text her, but...
But why?
To make sure to just check.
Why if they're broken up?
Because it was...
The right thing to do, no. Because if you were to check in just on me, then why didn't you check in the whole pregnancy when I was pregnant?
All right, because none of it added up.
Hey there, we're left on Friday. We redesigned the swimsuits you can actually swim in. Novel idea, right? Count on our suits to stay put, no matter what. Do we get bonus points for being fade resistant while also being this fun? We love a good pool hang, and all of our suits are made from smooth and chill fabric, which you'll love, because it's compressive, even when wet, smoothing, and buttery soft. Check us out online.
prove that.
You told her, prove that I'm the father.
Right, and she would send me pictures of the ultrasound, and she would send me pictures of the doctor's appointments and all that, and update me on it. And I would say the dates of conception, that did not add up to whenever me and Miss Diaz were last together, like together. And there was this one point where, you know, I actually called her, and this other dude told me, he said, hey, stop calling, she's with me now. And I was like, well, you know, I don't really care if she's with you now, like I'm still gonna call in and check on her. And I told her, you know, it doesn't matter if she's with you now. I said, I could call her, text her right now, and I can almost 100% guarantee that she will come back to me if I ask for it. I really want it.
All right, so I want to know from you, Ms. Diaz, did you ever tell any other guy you were pregnant? You told Mr. Allen, but did you tell anybody else?
No. I don't talk to anybody.
But yet it took her 4 months to text me and say that I was absolutely the father. So if she knew I was the father, why would she wait that long?
Let's ask her.
I mean,
Let's ask her.
because that's a lie. I found out 4 months pregnant, and I have the pictures to prove it. I don't have them with me. I didn't even bring that up. It's not that deep. I mean, it is, but to a point, it's like, I found out 4 months.
And how soon after you found out did you tell her?
The day after.
So, Mr. Allen, do you believe Ms. Diaz told somebody else she was pregnant too?
I mean, it shouldn't have took her that long if she didn't.
Ah, so you think the wait was that she went and told somebody else?
I feel like she went to the other guys, and since they didn't want anything to have with her being pregnant or care that she was pregnant, she came to me knowing that I would care for her like I always have in the past.
But did you hear anything? Did one of the guys call you? Like, how do you know that? You don't know that.
Well, at the time of that we were broken up and the time of conception, she was in a relationship with another guy.
Okay.
Because I was in a relationship in Tennessee with another female, and at that time, she even told me that she was in a relationship with another guy. You know, I haven't seen her so long before or after Easter, so, you know, what exactly makes me father?
All right, so, Ms. Diaz, you have determined your conception time was during Easter. That's when you conceived.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
You both agree that is true.
Right.
But you say you were not in town during that Easter.
Yes, ma'am.
You brought a witness I'd like to hear from. Sir, will you please stand? Step over to the podium. State your name for the court.
Austin Griffin, Matthew Allen's cousin.
All right, you are Mr. Allen's cousin.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what do you know about this situation?
I know that Matthew was with me during the time of conception because, like he said, we were dating 2 other females. They invited us to have Easter dinner with their family. We said we declined, of course. We went with my family. But that's how I know he wasn't around there.
Because he was with you.
He was with me.
And how can you be so certain that was Easter?
Because you don't have Easter dinner any other day.
That was good. That was good. What'd y'all eat?
There was a lot of stuff. Hamburgers, hot dogs.
That ain't Easter dinner.
For Easter?
What we ate.
Miss Diaz, Mr. Allen brought a witness to say he was with him and he wasn't in the state during Easter. Are you sure you got the dates right?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you eat for Easter dinner?
Potato salad, deviled eggs, I think a turkey.
Now that's more like Easter dinner.
Yeah, we bought the turkey, yeah.
You said her and him bought it?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
This is bizarre, isn't it, Jerome?
Oh, yeah. Different story.
She said they went and got the turkey and everything together.
Okay.
But Mr. Allen and his cousin, they said they were together on Easter, but they eating the food from 4th of July.
Hamburgers and hot dogs. We must have been turkey shopping on FaceTime because I wasn't there with her.
This is a mystery.
Look at that baby. That's it. Look, he doesn't look like me, and I'm the mom.
He wasn't around there.
Because he was with you.
He was with me.
Well, I know in this courtroom we don't go on looks, but I look at that baby, he looks more like you than he does Mr. Allen. little hair swoosh over to the side. Look at it. Lord, now, Mr. Griffin, are you sure you testified completely in this courtroom?
I also wasn't around there during the time.
You said I wasn't there either.
I wasn't there either.
Oh, boy. Sometimes sometimes you just gotta laugh. So you are his witness to verify he wasn't even in the state.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now Jordan is 14 months. He's so handsome. Those cheeks. What's your relationship like with him, Mr. Allen?
I have a fatherly relationship with him because, I mean, I've been with him for so long, you know, I mean, it's not like I don't have a choice, but.
Because you all back together now.
Right, yeah. I've treated him like my own, you know, because, I mean, he does need a father figure, and if nobody else is going to step up, he does need a father figure to, you know, be there for him and make sure that he has what he needs and all that, and, I mean, it's not like she can, you know, take care of him by herself.
I know it's raining in my house.
But you
Y'all
don't.
see my trees.
You let them all day, I give you that. You'll play with them, you'll throw them in the air. But when it comes to change his diapers, to change his bottles, clean his bottles, bathe him, I do that. You'll get the towel for the bath and pick him up and put him in his outfit and that's about it. And then you go back to playing your game or playing around with Thompson.
You wouldn't know because you'd be sleeping all day, huh?
Mr. Allen, I want to ask you this. So you are involved in Jordan's life. When you're holding him and playing with him and you look at him, do you feel like you are his father or you are his father figure?
Well, I feel like, you know, I mean, I can still give him love. I still have love for him, you know, and I mean, like I said, I treat him like my own. I mean, he calls me dad, and, you know, he notices me when I come in, I mean, obviously. But, I mean, it's the fact of not knowing is what, you know, keeps me from taking that last step into, you know, being a father for me.
Were you raised by your biological father?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a relationship with him?
Uh-huh.
Do you even know who he is?
Uh-huh.
So is that why you stepped up? You really want to break this cycle?
Just my stepdad stepped up to me, so I figured, you know, if he can be that kind of man, that's the kind of man that he raised me to be, you know?
That's wonderful. And you know what it's like to grow up without your biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Diaz, I need to ask you, if Mr. Allen is not Jordan's biological father, do you know where to find the other man?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
You know where he is?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the stakes are very high today. Let's get to the result. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Allen versus Diaz, when it comes to 1-year-old Jordan Diaz, it has been
Next time, if you don't want the build up,
this court.
did you wash the hair before we lose it?
Mr. Allen.
No.
Okay, next time, if you don't like the build up, wash
Okay.
it before you take the braids out.
The father.
Okay. Okay. I was watching some videos where people were washing it, but they put like a cap, like a wig cap first and just wash the scalp. Is that what you're talking about, or just wash it all in the shower?
Yeah, don't wash it off in the shower. Some of them they do extra.
Okay.
Yeah, for videos they don't do extra. Like,
Yeah.
wash it off.
Like I've seen people take a toothbrush.
Yeah.
To be a father. Is this your first child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I know it's important to you because of what you went through, not knowing your biological father. Do you know how incredible it is on this day that you had the courage to break a generational curse? That everything you went through, now Jordan does not have to go through.
Yes, ma'am. It's just going to be better from here on out for all three of us.
How does that sound to hear, Ms. Diaz?
It sounds nice. It does. I waited for like 1.5 years for this, so it's like a pat on the back and like about time.
Well, when you've gone through what Mr. Allen has gone through, and he's been very honest with his testimony about not having his own father, fatherhood is a very important issue to him.
Especially with the help of zero accounting software, I can keep my cash flow flowing by giving customers more ways to pay.
Another game? I'm done for the day. So is my shoulder.
Reach for Arnicare when sore muscles take you out of the game. This scientifically formulated pain reliever has no strong medicine smell and can be applied directly to where it hurts. Arnicare, available where you shop.
Mr. Burks, you claim to be more than $26,000 in debt due to child support for the defendant, Ms. Brown, who you say is definitely not your biological daughter. You are here to prove that in court so you can return home and get the debt erased from your record. Ms. Brown, you state that for 30 years you've known only one man to be your father, and you are devastated that he is now claiming you are not his biological daughter. Ms. Brown, how do you feel about Mr. Burks denying that you are his daughter after all these years?
I am hurt. I'm disappointed. I don't even know how to feel. I can't even believe somebody even have a question of how I feel. I'm 30 years old. 30 years old.
How old
And I have to
are you?
deal with this.
Hmm?
You know?
She look a lot older than
I
I'm saying, these people come in here like, what they got age on her. She said she's 30, she look a lot older. Yes, like 40 or 47.
You know, it hurts me so much, and I have
Maybe it's in a week.
You know, it's ridiculous to me. I'm just hurt. I'm just hurt inside. I really am.
All your life you've known him to be your father.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. And it's just like, how could you come out with this? He just crazy, deranged or something. It doesn't make no sense.
Your Honor, this was 25, 30 years ago. I'm 25 years old. I'm in the military, and I had a career to protect. And not only that, I had a wife. And I was starting my life out, trying to start it over. I met a mother at a restaurant in the drive-through window. So I was young, trying to, get my Mac on. I'm Mac Daddy. And so she said, well, me come back, after work. And I said, get off work. So I went back after work, and I picked her up, and we went to the hotel. I did my thing, but I did not.
You and y'all had a relationship. Y'all, they had a relationship.
I didn't have no relationship.
Yeah, you did. Yes,
You wasn't there. How you know?
You wanted to
You
help
wasn't
her
even there.
because she told me.
I know for a fact
She's
because
not gonna lie.
I dropped her off at the house and left.
Hold on, Ms. Brown, let me hear what he's saying. And so, did you see her again?
Maybe 3 months later, I went to see her. But then, like I said, I had a wife, and I was in the military, so I didn't want to be having no adultery charge put against me while I'm trying to take my career. After that happened, my wife and I went back together. I'm back in the house with her. Well, I'm at work. My ex-wife did a phone call. It's her mother on the phone saying she's pregnant by me. So my house get tore up all over again. Bam, I'm out the door again. So in the process, she said I'm the father, so I go find her. I go talk to her, and so when I did find out that she was, I went to the hospital, but my name is not on the birth certificate. I'm not a father.
That's evidence you'd like to present?
Yes, ma'am.
Ron, will you pass that to me, please?
But my name is on the child support paper.
This is Miss Brown's birth certificate listed as father? No one.
None. Nobody up there. Because I'm not the father.
And yet you also have a paper that indicates that there's an order establishing the parent-child relationship and you are responsible for child support.
Yes.
So, at some point, did you acknowledge paternity, or was there a court case that you didn't show up?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what happened.
So you're named the father by default?
I was away. They had the court without me even being there. They had already been to court. The turnout, I was behind a real rich of $40,000. I'm thinking, man, look at here. I'm gonna pay $40,000 all these years. And why would you wait till she gets 17 years old to file that?
Why would you wait till
I said, like this, if you had a debt right now, if you were so disrespectful.
Yeah, I am, because
that's
you
why.
disrespect me. You talk about me all the time, running around. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, Ms. Brown, I want to hear that. You've been hearing rumors and he's been going around town.
Because it's me, I talk about
I know.
And now, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
This type of interaction here was not the nature of your relationship, was it?
in the beginning, it was when I was young. 'Cause you know, when you're young, you don't have a say-so of or nothing. When he came and got me when I was little, it was just like, go with your dad. You know what I'm saying? But as I gradually got older, then you know what I'm saying, it caused a conflict. He always get into it with me all the time. Here, take this, because I look at this picture. This is
My kid is dark skinned, she light skinned. Does she like me?
Hold on. This evidence is what, Miss Brown?
That's evidence to prove that we look like this. Y'all look up noses. You ain't gonna go around saying I'm bigger than everybody. You sound like a fool for saying that. That's the only thing you got.
This is a picture of you and Mr. Burks' other daughter.
Yes.
And you're saying you see the family similarity without
with the nose, this to me, the nose is
I don't think so.
Lips are like that. They all talk.
Hold on, Mr. Burks, I want to understand
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
You're saying you've maintained throughout the years that this is not your biological child.
Right. I knew
But
nothing.
you also said you were trying to protect your military career. How is accepting her part of protecting your career?
Because, I wanted to keep it hush-hush. I wanted to deal with it myself. I wanted to make sure I went to her mother, I gave her money, I bought diapers and everything.
So basically, you didn't want the fact that you had cheated on your wife to come out.
Exactly.
Right, okay. But you never accepted deep down that she was your biological daughter.
Right. That's right.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Her whole life, she's lived 30 years thinking you're her father.
I never talked to her about that until recently. Until the last maybe 9 years, she was pretty good up until then. Then she started, I don't know what happened to her, she started getting very disrespectful, demanding money. I bought her a car.
That's a lie.
I bought her a car.
That's a lie. I don't even ask her for nothing. One car is all you bought me. One car, then it broke down. I had to put money into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all can just yell and scream at each other all day and we'll never get to the results. I'm trying to understand this, really. Because when I look at the two of you, quite frankly, the interaction is it's like you're strangers.
Yeah, that's it.
I honestly can say, Ron,
that's why I didn't have doubts.
Hundreds of families I've helped, I've never really seen this much complete disconnection between a possible father and a daughter at this age. So I want to understand how this happened, how we got here. Ms. Brown, how did you get this news?
When I was around about 22, 21, somewhere around there, one of my sisters told him that I liked the women. I was a lesbian. That's when the disrespect started. He didn't like that. He's supposed to claim and live his life as a pastor, all that stuff like that. He didn't like it. He talked bad to me. He was ugly on the phone. When he found that out, he was very disrespectful. And ever since that day, it's like we have a connection. But every time he get mad or something, I tell him, he'll call me. He's a negative person. He expects me to call him and blow his phone up. I'm not going to do that because every time I talk to him, it's always drama. He gets into it with my other siblings or whatever, and he goes back, tell me, he gets into it with me, goes back, he's mad at me, so he goes back to talk about me. He has the problem. It's him. And I'm not going to sit here, and I told him the last time we had an argument, I'm not going to sit here and be disrespected. I am 30 years old, and you are not going to disrespect me. Now, when I was little, I did not disrespect him. It didn't start that he found out the way I live my lifestyle, and he didn't like it.
I want to know the exact words he said when he said, I don't believe you're my biological daughter.
It was a text that he sent. He said, when we got into it the last time we got into it, he sent out a text. He gets mad and hang up our phone all the time. Right after that, when he got mad, he sent me a text, he sent me a text through my text message and said, we're going to see who you really are with a DNA test because you ain't none of mine. And that is what he said to me. Thinking all the time, oh, he's just mad because that's what it's been. But then I was like, this? Now? This is what you do?
Mr. Burks, why would you say this and why would you say it over a text message?
I've always believed that she was not my daughter. And I was just tired of living a lie. I want to know the truth.
So let me understand this. You decide to accept this child, even though you don't believe she's your biological daughter, to basically save your military career. What exactly makes you think she's not your biological child?
She didn't look like me. And from the very beginning, it wasn't a relationship with her mother. But then, as time went on, the disrespect, the hurtfulness, the things she had said to me.
What I'm trying to understand as a father, why text something so cruel? Even if it was something you wanted to tell her or you needed to talk to her about, why not?
Talk to her. You can't talk to her. She's gonna get loud and yell just like now. Get loud and yell in your ear and holler and scream and everything. You can't say nothing to her.
When I was younger, I did. You know what I'm saying? But now that I got older, when I tell him things is true and how he lived his life and he ain't right, he hang up the phone. I try to talk to him like an adult, and he hangs up the phone.
Ask my wife. I put her on a speakerphone.
She ain't been in the picture all our life, so she can only say what Reese
Well, she
happened.
knows
She
she
had to
heard
say
you.
all of this. Okay, she might have heard it, but it ain't been for years.
I'd like to hear from you.
I deal with
Please,
it.
Jan. I'd like to hear from you.
She ain't relevant.
Ma'am, say your name.
Nicole McRoyal Burks.
Miss Burks.
Ooh, look at her eyebrows.
You've
What is
been
that
with your
with her
husband how many?
eyebrows?
3 years.
3 years now. And this young woman, Miss Brown, has asserted that she's his biological daughter, but he does not believe she is. What do you know about this situation?
It's 4:49 a.m. Let's go. First, a Celsius. No sugar, all the good stuff. 12 miles. 6 comes easy the next 600. Quick change back to work. I've got a goal to hit and a debt to conquer. Work late, still make it to make the bills out. Hey, it's cardio.
No, I was still.
Best clean and wash experience, you need to catch the happy wave at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Don't settle for streaks, dirt residue, water spots, and weak vacuums that you can get at just any car wash. At all our locations, you will be greeted by a smiling attendant who will pre-wash your car front and back to remove any stubborn bugs and dirt before guiding you through the tunnel, where your car will be treated to the ultimate spa treatment with state-of-the-art equipment and one-of-a-kind wash experience that will give your car a showroom shine. Afterwards, you can help yourself to our free powerful vacuums, cleaning cloths, and glass and surface cleaner for the perfect finishing touch. When it comes to caring for your car, don't settle for any wash and pay for all the extras. Get the best when you catch the happy wave at your local Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Well, I know he's been feeling this way since I've been with him. And he always had that doubt about her.
I don't know,
And me
it's
myself,
just a
I had
mess.
doubt. She's a very beautiful lady, but she looks nothing like him to me or the other kids. And she's very disrespectful. As you can see, I said nothing to her. She already started to disrespect me.
But disrespect really has nothing to do with DNA.
Now, she came to my church one time. I put it to you just like this. She came to my church, and, you know, she brought someone along with her, and I just had to talk with her. And I told her, I said, you know, I love you as a person. What you do with your own life is your own business. That's how it all started getting to a tailspin.
Oh, but
She didn't like it.
talked about the church.
She didn't like it
I
because
tried
I didn't go along with it.
And even sung at the church for him.
She-
This man called me and said, you can't even sing. You sing
She
so
got mad
bad.
about that?
Long as I sure did get mad. He told me I couldn't sing and I'm just trying to sing for the God.
Wow, this never
Gosh, that was
ends.
so dramatic.
I'm really just tired of him.
And I said, you can come to my house,
Gotta be my dumb
but your man can't call me your woman. I mean,
I never brought nobody to your house. I never brought anybody to your house.
Mr. Burks,
Yes,
let me just ask you a point blank question. Is this about that you don't believe she's your biological child, or is this just about you don't approve that she's gay?
no, that's fine. That's fine, but I don't go along with that lifestyle because, you know, like I said, I'm a Christian man.
You want to get married one time. You don't get married 10, 14 different times.
That's my business. They got nothing to do with that.
Exactly. If they don't know.
At least I did marry.
Marriage every
I
time.
believe marriage is on.
You married this woman 2 times.
That's all right. How many times you been married? How many kids
It
you
don't
got?
matter. It don't matter.
Listen, I would like to hear from your witness, Miss Brown. Can you please stand, ma'am, state your name for the court?
Shadon Burks, Your Honor.
You are Mr. Burks' daughter,
Yes, ma'am.
and you are sitting with Miss Brown. So,
Your Honor, I just don't believe that after 30 years, Mr. Burks could say that she's not our sister. When we were growing up, I was 7 years old. He took me, and my other sisters, and he introduced us as this is your sister. This is your sister, and from that time on, that's all we knew is each other to be sisters, and nobody ever told us different until she came out of the closet. We have to love people. We can't mistreat them because of the choices that they make. God doesn't mistreat us because of our choices. He loves us just the same.
So, this is affecting the entire family, I presume?
Yes, Your Honor, it is because, I mean, for you to, after 30 years, to say that my sister is not my sister is just not fair.
I thank you for your testimony. You may be seated. We really need the results in this case. We do. Ron, I'm ready for the envelope. Thank you. In the case of Burks versus Brown, when it comes to 30-year-old LaQuata Brown, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Burks, you are the father.
See, I told you, and you kept turning to me like this. That what you gonna do? See, it's all about my life now. But you know what, after this, he don't have to worry about me. I promise that he don't have to worry about me, because if it took all this for you to do this to me.
She called me on the phone before she got here and talked to me.
No,
Wasn't nothing.
no, I didn't.
Mr. Burks, I just told you that that is your biological child.
He still looks like he needs help. Get this man some
But
help.
listen,
She treated me like a stranger.
Mr. Burks,
But that's how you treat me.
listen. You're not the first man or the last man or last parent to have a child that's just a firecracker. There's something in the way you approach her and the way you treat her. It sets her off. It just nabs at her side. You got a special child. She takes up a room.
Can I just say one thing, Your Honor?
Look, you keep talking to me, but you're not talking to her.
Well, I think we both hot-headed.
Talk to her.
I think the problem is that we're both. She got hot temper. I got one. Somebody got to listen sooner or later. I love her. You know, I have always loved her. I've never stopped loving her. She know that.
This is a start. Ms. Brown, I want you to take a breath. Tell your father what you need to tell him.
I know he don't like the way I live my life because he think it's the game. He just think that it's something like a phase or something. That's my life. That's how I live my life. And I just wish he'll understand that.
That's the first halfway civil conversation we've had today between the two of you. There are a lot of issues you have to work through. I'm glad we can give you the answers you need so that the questions aren't out there in the back of his mind. And you have to understand what triggers people. Once one of you starts yelling, the other one pops off, and at that point, you all are just screaming. You're not communicating. You all have that in common. And now we have to learn how to speak and talk to one another another way. All right, let's start that today. Mr. Jackson, you are suing the defendant because you claim that your 20-year marriage has been based on a complete fraud. Now, you say that it was not until 1 year into your marriage that Ms. Jackson told you that you may not be the biological father of James Jackson IV. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when today's DNA results are revealed, you demand that Ms. Jackson paid you $5,000 for emotional distress and finally sign the divorce papers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, you admit to having sex with another man around the time your son was conceived, but you claim that you did not deceive Mr. Jackson in any way, nor did you force him to marry you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Jackson, how has your marriage been based on a fraud exactly?
Well, Your Honor, I think I've been tricked, Your Honor. She knew my past, and she knew that once she told me that she was pregnant, that I wanted a father in my son's life, like I didn't have a father in my life. So once she told me that. We got married in December of '95, a few months after she got pregnant, and come up a year into the marriage, and I find out that he may not be my child, Your Honor.
And so you stepped up to the plate and married her?
Yes, ma'am, 2 months after she told me.
You go to the doctor's appointment, you were there when James Jackson IV was born, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You obviously gave him your name.
I gave my name.
You signed the birth certificate?
The birth certificate
You
was
cut the
there.
umbilical cord?
Cut the umbilical cord. I was there helping with his homework.
And so your involvement with this young man,
Yes, ma'am.
this handsome young man, has been, you're his dad.
Yes, I mean graduation. I was there.
You were there.
His wrestling meets his wrestling meets, I was there. His band, I was there.
So take me back up to this relationship.
We met in Job Corps. So we both took nursing classes together. The first time we had sex was in the Green Grass Motel.
What is that exactly?
And when we was on the campus, we couldn't have sex in our dorms because it was a separate dorm room. So we had to wait till nighttime to go out in the field and have sex on the Green Grass Hotel.
Oh, you call that the grass? Oh,
the grass. Yes. And actually, the first time.
Now.
He wanted to come, and he was not really tricked, because he went down to Kentucky to visit me. Okay, he lived in Georgia. He wanted to follow me to Kentucky.
And so, Mr. Jackson, did you follow her to Kentucky? Did you want to have a family?
With her, it wasn't a family thing at that time. We was just going together. And actually, I was just going to see my girlfriend that lives in Kentucky.
So were you in any other relationship before you became pregnant? Before you figured out you were pregnant, were you in another relationship?
I had a boyfriend or a friend or hangout buddies that we'll go to the beach, we get drunk, we hang out, we party. I was a little older than he is, but you know, I wasn't really looking for him to be in my life. This guy was looking like a nerd. I didn't think he was gonna amount to much. He had a pickly hair, he had all matching clothes, he had tennis shoes on, and he always seemed like
he had hair and matching clothes and tennis.
No matching.
Oh, they didn't match?
No, so one day I just went on and talked to him.
And so you ended up having a sexual relationship?
Yeah.
Did you use protection?
Yes, ma'am. But see, Joanna, I think Mr. Jackson was the one that tricked me. He and I kind of started hanging out, started being playful and all that. And then we went in the shower and one thing led to another. But I didn't know.
So let me ask you something. Obviously, you failed to use protection at some point or we wouldn't be here.
Your Honor, the only time that we did not use protection was one time, and I know it only takes one. But during that whole time, we're going out. Well, sometimes we go out and get drunk. We go to the hotel. One time I see.
Okay, basically I just needed to confirm that at some point you had sex without using protection, right?
Yes.
I don't need all the details of the sexual history.
Okay.
What made you just decide to marry her instantly like that, within a couple of months?
Well, when she told me she was pregnant, you know, that's what I think the right thing to do, because I didn't have a father in my life. I was going to be a father in my son's life. So.
And that's really the basis of your suit, is that you feel like she did this all, it was all a fraud.
Right, because
she manipulated and defrauded you.
Right, because up until actually now, I never knew that it was somebody else that could be the father. I just had doubts in the dates and time.
Let's talk about this doubt.
Okay.
When did the doubts begin to set in?
The only time that she could have got pregnant was those 3 days out of August.
Talk to me about those days.
Okay, August 95, 11th, 12th, and 13th is the only 3 days she could have got pregnant.
In August of 1995, it'd be the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
That's correct. Okay, you got
that's with Jackson. Okay.
And my son is born on June 8th, 1996.
June 8th. All right, why are you doubtful about these
Because unless he's not my son, or you're looking at the only woman that's been pregnant 10 and a half months in history, that things just don't add up. From August 11th, 12th, 13th to June 8th is 10 and a half months.
So you feel like the dates are not adding up? Because that means, in your mind, you cannot be the father because that's too many weeks.
That's too many weeks, months, days, years.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Really, I think Mr. Jackson got upset because I told him we did the math and he thought he was going to have his son being born around his birthday. His birthday May.
She was so much older than him. She was like she could be his mother.
What he's saying, Ms. Jackson, is that if he counts back, it's over 10 months' time you were pregnant, which we know pregnancies are usually 40 weeks.
And Your Honor, excuse me, but they induced her labor, so that wasn't her the due date. They induced her labor. She made them Take the date. 2 doctors and 1 midwife told me that that couldn't be the conception date. Period.
The dates you gave me, August 11, 12, and 13, could not be the conception date for a child born June the 8th.
No, it can't be. That's
So,
okay.
and that's why you really began to doubt. Ms. Jackson, do you admit that there is a slight reason to doubt? What percentage do you?
80-20, Your Honor. It was just because
80-20?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
80% maybe the other guy kind of told and he's kind of light skinned.
Wait a minute, 80-20, who's the 80?
The other guy.
The ones who carry us. Kate Spade.
Need a sec? At Ollie, we get it. That's why we made new vitamin-infused body washes, scientifically formulated to repair your skin barrier, and fragrances proven to shift your vibe. Care for your skin, for your mood, for all of you.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Because in a Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
But we used protection, Your Honor. I was a little drunk. We were partying. We got up and it was the next day and we was out there at the beach and then it was like,
Don't tell me anything else. I don't want to know anything else.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, Your Honor.
Except.
This is the very first time.
I know now you're leading to the fact that you all had sex then.
But we always use protection.
Okay, but you 80% believe the other gentleman could be your son's father.
Yeah, he kind of looked like, but.
Did she ever say to you that this was not your son? Did she ever give you any indication? Did she say that?
As we drinking again, Your Honor, she tells me in the hotel that I wasn't the father. I possibly could be the father one time, and it kind of messed me up to the end.
Your Honor.
She said she never
And
did.
do you remember saying that?
See, this is how it happened. Mr. Jackson, I'll tell you the whole thing. Mr. Jackson begged me to come get him out of job court, to go and get him out so that he could go in hotels with me. So that's when we were drinking. It's not like I was an alcoholic, and it was not like he was drinking all the time.
Did you ever tell him that James Jackson IV was not his son?
He got me drunk at the house and trying to get the truth out of me, Your Honor. So I
Yes, sir.
was
So did he get the truth out of you?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so wait a minute. You said he got you drunk.
Yes,
and trying to get the truth out of you,
Yes,
and
Your
you told him that James Jackson IV was not his child.
yeah.
Is that the truth?
He always told that to his daughter too. That the
So
voice
is that what you believed, or were you saying what you believed he wanted to hear?
He got me confused, Your Honor, because I was drunk.
Okay.
He got me drunk.
I would like to hear from your son. Mr. Jackson, this is a lot to hear. Tell me your perspective. I mean, when you hear all of this is your dad. This is a man you've grown up with your whole life. Did you ever know that there was a doubt relating to your paternity?
Your Honor, this man before you has always been my dad. He's been there through my graduations, he's been there through my wrestling meets, band, everything.
Beautiful. And I can see, Mr. Jackson, this really hurts you. Mr. Jackson IV, did you ever have any knowledge that there was a question related to your paternity?
It was one night, Your Honor. I was asleep. I overheard them arguing. I climbed downstairs, sneaking up on the argument, and I overheard that he possibly could have been my father. I was 5 years old at the time. I really didn't pay no attention to it because he will always be there for me. So I would think it was just a petty thing to say during arguments, He would be downstairs and my mom would be upstairs. And I would think it was just, a little doghouse of, him, get his punishment for the arguments or whatever. So I really didn't think nothing of it, I was a child then.
But you weren't understanding that there were issues and they were having disagreements because they were talking about whether or not the man you believe to be your father was actually your biological father, that perhaps there was someone else.
Other than that, there was no relative, no auntie, no uncle saying that's not your father, no random man.
Never had that.
Never had that.
Did your dad ever give you any clue?
We would possibly sit down and briefly talk about it. For example, he would sit me down and say, how long does a baby stays in the womb? And I would say 9 months. He was like, well, it took you 11 or 10. And I would say,
as I'm older now.
I'm older, as I can understand things more better. So I guess he was trying to prepare me. But it would be brief conversation, so I wouldn't be too heavily on the fact.
So you feel like he was, in his own way, preparing you?
In his own way, yes.
So where do we go from here? What's at stake here? If, in fact, it's determined that this young man, Mr. Jackson IV, is determined not to be your biological child, you will divorce your wife.
If he's not my son, or if he is my son biologically, I'm still wanting to divorce. Because I have a girlfriend that's wanting to get married.
So wait a minute now. So you've been trying to get her to sign these divorce papers?
We've been doing this for about 10 years.
What, Your Honor? We got married for life, okay? We got married. Mr. Jackson and I had a conversation that we was gonna get married in church too, but he didn't marry me in church. So now Mr. Jackson understood that once we are married for life, regardless. Whether it's lie or not, we were married. We were living together. We were building our family.
And so you do not have any intention of signing divorce papers?
No, ma'am, because he wants to get divorced. He got to pay himself, but I'm not going to participate on that, taking care of his girlfriend. So he wanted to marry her, go ahead and divorce. Okay, fine. That's fine, but I'm not going to pay a penny for it. But
okay. I think I've heard enough. I am ready for the results. Roll. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jackson III versus Jackson, when it comes to 19-year-old James Jackson IV, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Jackson, you are his father. Great news, right?
Awesome news.
That's wonderful. You happy, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, yes. Perfect.
How does it feel to finally just know for sure?
Oh, it's a load off my chest, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. That's why we're here. Mr. Jackson, you came to court with a suit for $5,000 for emotional distress. We've determined now he is your biological child.
Yes.
And so the emotional distress, in terms of thinking the entire time that he was not, is not something I can award you damages for. With that said, your claim is dismissed, judgment for the defendant. About this family. Ultimately, you share a beautiful son. How you move on from here is going to be your decision. You have to talk about this. You have to communicate. We have counseling and resources for you, and I wish you all the very best of luck. And I'm happy for you both. Court is adjourned. Ms. Smith, you and your daughter have opened 2 cases today. You state that after your son Travis's sudden death, 2 women came forward claiming Your son fathered a child with each of them. You have paternity doubts and say you need today's results before you become emotionally attached to these children. Ms. Hicks, you say the Smith family has a personal vendetta against you, and that is the only reason why they're denying your 3-year-old son, Jakari. Ms. Laster, you testify that you are heartbroken that the Smith family is denying your 4-year-old son, Malachi. Yeah, so I would like to start with you, Ms. Hicks. Ms. Laster, you may be seated. So, Ms. Smith, you and your mom say Ms. Hicks just popped up after Travis's death. Tell the court how that happened.
Yes, Your Honor. The day of my brother passing, with the family that came over to the house and we heard a knock on the door. It was Brittany. She popped up like a Pop-Tart.
She popped up like a Pop-Tart.
Big and pregnant.
Lies.
Big and
Lies,
pregnant.
lies.
Yes, and she said she was pregnant with my brother's baby.
And so what was your response?
I was shocked, really, because she had never been around the family. Never came to us once.
Right.
She was at her house.
With him.
Never was
At
my
your house
Never.
with him.
So she popped up, but you knew her.
I knew her because she used to live next door to me, but never being with my brother.
Ms. Hicks, how far along were you when you showed up at Ms. Smith's house?
I was in my 2nd trimester.
So why couldn't she come around in her 1st trimester?
Because we don't like each other.
So when you got pregnant, did you tell Travis?
Yes, and when I told Travis, Travis was so happy, and he went back on the time, he told me he didn't even need a DNA. I said, we can do DNA through me being pregnant from them poking my belly button. He said, no, that's cool, we're fine, everything was okay. Then he asked me to be with him, and I said I didn't want to be with him, I wanted to pursue other measures, and that's when he said the reason I wanted to pursue other measures, because my baby was not his, because she spoon-fed him.
First of all, Your Honor, my brother is a grown man. If he wanted to mess with her, there's nothing that I could have said to stop that.
And you
so
hated
that right there is irrelevant to me. So I really don't care about what you're talking about. The whole ordeal is about your part.
My child.
And if he is my brother, I am a family person. All the children come to me. So I mean, it doesn't matter. If I don't like her, she don't like me, it doesn't really matter. But
Ms. Smith, I want to know, did your brother ever tell you or say anything about Ms. Hicks being pregnant?
No, ma'am. Never once. I don't know where she get all of this making up story. I don't understand. My brother was dead and gone. Dead and gone. When she came to the house and said she was pregnant.
You was on the phone and invited me over. Be real.
You don't know what was going on.
Why you ain't stepped to me?
First of all, you gotta talk to me correct.
You gotta have some order. You don't have my child.
Let's get some order.
Get real.
Hold on. I need to ask some questions, and I need to get some answers to...
The meal delivery services are not created equal. At Factor, it's personal. Everything is done from scratch every single day. Nutrition and flavor is first and foremost when we create anything.
Sign up for Factor today and get 50% off your first box at factormeals.com.
You look absolutely insane. Thank you. You should see the outfit I didn't wear.
To the questions. Ms. Smith, is it your testimony you were aware of Ms. Hicks, but you were never aware that she was having a sexual relationship with your brother?
No, and before my brother passed, he was like she was pregnant. She was going around saying that was his baby. He did a happy dance in the kitchen of the time that was none of his baby. Right there. So what she's talking about, he was so happy.
He did mention she was pregnant.
And she had it going around saying it was my brother. And then first of all, my brother was in a 3-year relationship with someone else. Now,
once he did the happy dance and said it's not my baby, did you say to him, oh, are you sleeping with Brittany? Could it have been your baby?
I asked him that and he said no.
Oh.
He said, so I can only go by what my brother said. I was not in that room with him. So I can't say, yeah, he had sex with her and no, he didn't. I don't know.
So you're taking your brother's word for what he said?
That's my brother at the end of the day.
The whole time of knowing Travis from 16 to the age I've been sexually activated for
sister, not just mutual friend, that's what the mother and
Then nobody come back to me again. Hold on.
Just take a breath. Take a breath. You can do it.
Yeah, I
really tried. I asked my friend, I said, please go to the mother, because I never really got a chance to sit and talk to her, because she was so distraught when she came in off her flight. Nobody never got back to me then. You never heard from Travis'
I have
mother.
something. Oh, you do? Okay.
So you admit you disappeared? Yes, I cut off ties to keep from arguing. I did not want to feel like I was tying somebody back.
So, Miss Smith, I want to know from you, when is the next time you heard from Miss Hicks?
I didn't see her until the parade. And that's when she said, here go Jakari. And Jakari was like almost, I think he was 1.
Oh, so you just ran into her at a parade?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
And so when you talked, she said, and there's Jakari.
Yes, and she even brought Jakari by the house.
After the parade. When she brings them by the house, are you saying, you know what, this is my brother's son, this is my nephew?
I never said that because we done had an incident before where my brother having a child and we did the baby shower, everything like that. We went all in for this baby. Did the DNA test, the baby came back that was not my brother's baby. So that's why.
Oh, thank you. I just sent it to you. Thank you, I got it. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I gotta get all of this stuff. Okay, oh, that's a lot of hair right there. Yes. Thank you, Stella.
Thank you.
See you next time. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mom.
Bye, baby. We'll be a good big brother this whole time.
Yes.